Hello, SynGAP land. My name is Michael Graglia. Today is July 23rd, 2021. This is episode 20 of SynGAP 10, your 10-minute weekly briefing on everything you need to know about SynGAP 1. I'm going to move fast because there's a lot to cover. I want to start by saying thank you to all the people who I worked with this week that I can't talk about because we're in the middle of cool stuff. I want to say thank you to the family who's talking about donating things for science, families talking about donating funds, and families who are raising their hand to do work. There is a ton of work to do. If you have got any time to help us, there's so much work to do. Please reach out to me. I want to say thank you. I'm going to say welcome to the new families that were diagnosed just this week. We had one in Canada and two in the U.S. that I know about. There was at least one in the U.S. and I think one in Hungary last week. I mean, it's coming so fast, guys. Our community is growing every single week. And I want to say welcome to those families. You're not alone. There's every reason to be hopeful and connect with us. Coolest thing I did this week that I can tell you about was I sat in a meeting with Dr. Podori and from Boston Children's Hospital, the head of epilepsy genetics, arguably one of the smartest, coolest people in genetic epilepsies in the US. And Ellie Brimble, who is the head of neurology or clinical operations or whatever. They're changing titles at Citizen all the time, but Ellie's over at Citizen. She's amazing. We love her. She's on our SAB. They're both on our SAB, actually. But in their capacity as a Boston Children's Hospital researcher and neuroscience at Citizen, we were talking about how BCH is going to do an analysis on our patient data in Citizen. How amazing is that, right? SynGAP 1, this one of many neurohaploinsufficiencies is on track to get some great analysis done at BCH on our Citizen data. So that was super exciting and really felt like a dream come true. If you compare it to, a year ago, we didn't even have a Citizen instance. And now we're talking about some of the best people on earth about analyzing it. So that's just hugely exciting and I'm thrilled. By the way, that's not free. syngap.fund/CTR for clinical trial readiness is that project. There's also a EEG biomarker component of that, which I've talked about. But the punchline is, folks, we got to raise money. If you are a family member or a loved one or a supporter of someone with SynGAP, this work needs to get done. We need to raise some money. The sooner we raise money for this, the sooner we get on to the next thing. I'll tell you about the next thing in a second. But let's raise some money, people. syngap.fund/CTR. This is important work. We are talking to some donors about maybe matching these funds here. More to come on that. But please stand up a birthday fundraiser, a Facebook fundraiser, a CTR fundraiser directly off the webpage. But we need to raise these funds. We need to get this going. Help us make the future better and faster for our kids, right? The sooner we do this work, the sooner and faster clinical trials will happen. So I've talked about this in the past. And the CTR data, CTR analysis, I should say, is happening on Citizen data. So let me give you an update on Citizen. 116 people are complete in Citizen. What this means is they signed up, took 15 minutes. Citizen went out, did all the work, collected the records. Genetic counselors have reviewed genetic reports, confirmed we have a molecular diagnosis, which means you actually have a SynGAP mutation. Of those 116, 8 were VUSs. So we're not sure if SynGAP is causing the problem or whatever. So we will work with those families to help them. But the 108 that are left, that data is ready to go and available to researchers for free, and it's precious data. So thank you so much to those families for sharing your data. You're changing the future. For the families that have just signed up in the past week, I get lists. Thank you for doing that. Your data is being processed, and soon it'll be 109 and 110 and 111, and we are killing it. For the dozen or so families who've started to sign up and stopped, I don't know what to say. Please go back to citizen.com/SynGAP1 and finish signing up. If you don't have your birth certificate or your driver's license, let us know. We can help with that. You need your birth certificate and your driver's license so the Citizen can go out and collect your records on your behalf. But once you sign up with your Citizen, your driver's license on citizen.com/SynGAP1, boom, they do all the work in the US, right? And then all those records are collected. You have this fabulous dashboard, and we get to share this data with researchers to make our gene easier to study. We're making our gene easier to study so people can move faster about SynGAP1. Get on it, my friends. So keep signing up for SynGAP. Let's fund CTR. And then what's going to happen? Really cool project we're doing on in silico drug discovery in partnership with a few other rare disease groups to work with a very cool biotech here in the Bay Area. I don't even know how much I'm supposed to talk about this, but it's happening. And what's cool about it This is going to be our next grant, just so you know. What's cool about it is if we were to do this by ourselves, it would cost a digit more. But because we're partnering with these other rare disease groups and because we're working with this biotech who's designing things really smartly, we're going to be able to, for a pretty reasonable sum of money, do a whole lot of drug discovery really fast in silico, meaning sort of in a computer, sort of virtual. Anyway, it's really cool. It would take like 20 minutes for me to talk about it, but I just want you to know it's like the next thing we're working on, right? So we got Citizen happening, we got the BCH grant happening with the EEGs, and we're already talking about in silico drug discovery. All this stuff is happening, and we need your support. So come and help us turn up the volume, tell the story, raise the money. The sooner we work together, the sooner we change the future for our kids. That's simple. Bunch of announcements. Next week, Wednesday, July 28th, San Diego. We're going to get together on the beach in La Jolla. Was going to be at the Harding's house, but we were like, let's just meet outside on the beach, a little bit safer via COVID. There's a few families who will be in town for various reasons. If you're in San Diego, don't miss it. Come, wear a mask, be on the beach, be vaccinated. It'll be great. Sunday, August 1st, Jersey area. We're having a get together. Karen's going to make a VIP cameo. It'll be her family's house. Really exciting to see the Jersey families get together. I'm so jealous I'm not going to be there, but I'm looking forward to seeing pictures and hearing about how that goes. Tuesday, August 24th, UC Davis. This is late breaking news. UC Davis wants to get to know SynGAP families. As you know, there was a grant to UC Davis. We had nothing, that was not from SRF, just to be clear. But it was a SynGAP family, knew a donor and facilitated a nice donation to UC Davis for them to work on SynGAP 1. So thank you to the donor, thank you to the family. And now UC Davis wants to get to know SynGAPians. So August 24th, if you're in Northern California, let's all go to Davis and meet that incredible team of researchers who, for people in the know, have done a tremendous amount of work on Angelman syndrome already, and are working with other friends of ours like Fox G1. 3 more things. If you are a SynGAP family in the US and you are like, man, I want a service dog. If you know who Virginia is, Virginia has an amazing service dog called Guapa. Guapa does many things for little Ty, including jump on him and give him pressure therapy and cuddles when he has seizures. And also when they're out and about, they can tie Guapa to Ty. And if Ty elopes, which our kids like to do, they just like to go running for no particular reason in no particular direction, Guapa is trained to just plump down and hold time place. It's kind of amazing. If you're like, oh my God, I want one of those, yeah, join the club. But this breeder was so gratified to see, this trainer, I should say, was so gratified to see how much of a difference Guapa made in Ty's life that she's like, Mike, I just want to work with more SynGAP families. I want to do more SynGAP dogs. And I was like, great, I'll put the word out. So here I am putting the word out. If you are interested in a service dog for your SynGAPian, good news, there's a breeder who is best in class that has already done one and she wants to do more. Bad news, nothing's free, right? So these dogs are about $25,000 each. We're happy to help you raise the money through SRF. We're happy for the money to move through SRF, so it's tax deductible. But if you have a loved one who's a SynGAPian and you want them to have a service dog and you're willing to help raise $25,000, which would entirely go to the breeder, by the way, we get absolutely none of this. Let me know and let's make it happen, because these dogs can really improve the quality of life for these kids. I just wanted to put that out there. 2 more things. Cure SynGAP 1 is a big deal. It is our social media handle on all platforms. So, hey, I talked about this last week if you want to know more, but if you are on any social media platform, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, there's so many I can't even keep track of them. Type in @Cure SynGAP 1. If you find us, like us, follow us. If you don't find us, let me know. We'll fix that. It's important to amplify what we're doing. It's important to tell people about SynGAP 1, because that's how we get more donors. That's how we get more awareness. That's how we make the future better for our kids. Social media really matters. And also, we're a distributed community and we're all alone taking care of sick kids. So digital is a great way to connect. So please connect with us at Cure SynGAP 1. And I also wanted to flag for people, there are a couple cool podcasts coming on other platforms. For our friends in rare disease who follow this podcast, Nasha Fitter and I, Nasha's at Fox G1. She's one of my heroes. I just shamelessly copy what she does for the benefit of our community all the time. And Nasha and I did a podcast with Effie Parks, who's probably one of the best in the business, about stuff we wish we knew. Oh, there goes my Vesta board. Stuff we wish we knew when we set up our organization. So if you are interested in that, August 5th, that'll be dropping, and I'll be talking about that later. Thanks for listening. Happy weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you at these events soon. Bye-bye.